Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? It's Boxing Day, so I didn't get a chance. Well, I did get a chance, but I was exhausted yesterday, so I didn't feel like doing a video. I wasn't very, I don't know, wasn't very energetic yesterday. Not that I'm that much of more energetic today, but I wanted to do some listing and I wanted just to have a chat with you guys and see how you are. Hopefully you had a great day yesterday. As as you all know, sick of saying it, I've been here by myself, so it was a very low-key day for me yesterday, and I just sat on my ass and watched ER. It's pretty well what I did. Mom and dad dropped off some Christmas dinner, and which I was very ready for. I was very hungry when they showed up, and yum, 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 yum. I ate it all up. So that was my day yesterday. Anyway, I've got a beautiful bag for you today. It's a bag I've had for a very long time. And I keep thinking that I'm going to find some fantastic story about the brand, but I really can't find anything about the brand. But the bag itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of a large, well, I say it's large. The base is 13 inches, I believe, and the top is 10. I think that's what it is. All the dimensions are in the listing. It is a top handle bag. It's a fabulous doctor style bag. And the brand is Coty, Coty. Now this bag is listed on, is it Poshmark or might even be at eBay, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's listed. I found this exact bag listed. They have it for sale. I think it's like 120 bucks or something. It's a beautiful, it's almost like an olive green brown kind of. It's a weird, I mean, it's brown, but the different way the sun or the light hits it, it kind of changes color. And it's got these straps that go over the top and snap. And there you go. The leather is gorgeous. It's got a beautiful base on it with these little feet. And there's almost no wear on the feet at all. So the interior is gorgeous. I don't think this bag's been used much at all. Now, personally, I don't know that you would get away with a crossbody strap just because it is really big to sit on your hip. But you could definitely put a shoulder strap on it. And if you did decide that this was something you wanted in your collection, I'm sure I have a strap that I could add. Definitely not what the bag was meant to look like originally with a strap, but it's very difficult because I don't use the straps. I would actually prefer the top handle, but I find my best example of needing a shoulder strap is when I'm at the post office and I'm mailing my bags out to you guys. I don't want to put this on the floor. I don't want to put it on the countertop. Partly because COVID, nobody wants you to do that. And partly because I don't want to ruin my bag. You know, who knows what crap's on the ground. And it's a decent sized bag. So it really kind of take up most of the platform space on any counter. So, I mean, the strap isn't really big enough to put it on the crook of your arm. So I would, if you wanted a shoulder strap, I absolutely could attach a shoulder strap for you. But it's gorgeous. It's an absolutely beautiful bag. The leather is so beautiful. Inside, I'm not sure what age this bag is. There's definitely no, yeah, there's not even a slip pocket. Now, the person that it's a little quilted, which is kind of neat. It just feels a little bouncy. The person who already has this listed has listed it as a weekender bag, which definitely, I mean, you'd get an outfit, some underwear, and some toiletries in there, no problem, which would be kind of cool. If you're like my father, and whenever you do travel, you don't want to go to the baggage claim, you just want to take one bag with everything in it. Yeah, it's going to be a definite kind of fashionista who's going to buy this bag, that's for sure. But as I said, I've had it for a long time. It was a little dry in the corners, but I've worked my magic on it. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful bag. So there you go. That's today's bag. So we're done with our Cosmo article. Thank God. So I've spent some time today looking out my history pieces. So the way my notes have gone is that, yes, I do have all my not autobiographical, but my biography pieces for the brands. But I didn't realize that I have a huge history piece just on bags in general. And back in the beginning of this journey, I did kind of start to share with you, because some of these notes are all ticked off because I've spoken about them already, but I'm going to start again. So for those of you who've been following me for a while, this may be a repeat, but those of you who are new to my channel, then, you know, maybe this is just a little bit of something that might intrigue you. So the history of the purse. The first kind of receptacle, if you want to call it, because it definitely wasn't really a purse, was a leather gathered pouch. Now, this little pouch is by a Toronto designer by the name of Karen Gunna. Now, she sells her merchandise at the One of a Kind show in Toronto. She has a studio in Toronto. She sells out of that, obviously, but she showcases her stuff typically at the Christmas One of a Kind and the Spring One of a Kind. Now, I am not sure that those shows have been happening because of COVID, but this is very reminiscent. And there is another style as well, which I don't know if I can grab it quickly. You know what? I'm going to try. Just give me a second. Hello, I'm coming. This is one of my little vintage suitcases. It's got some lady's name on it. I can't even read it. Mrs. something, I don't know. Oh, here it is. So this is another version of that kind of historical, ancient kind of gathered pouch. And what they would find, and again, this is repeat information. So there's this kind of version which has a flattened kind of base, and then you've got this kind of more primitive where it's just this kind of thing. So these are two of the same type of idea, and what they found was more valuable than gold, even back in ancient Europe, England, whatever, was seeds. If you couldn't feed your family wasn't going to live. So really, money wasn't that important. It was the means to provide for your family. So a farmer would put his worldly valuables in these little pouches, which were seeds, and affix them to their belt. So you see a lot of, like even some of the old King Henry VIII portraits. I mean, he's royalty, so obviously it's going to be probably for a different reason. There's no way King Henry VIII's walking around with seeds in his pocket. but it just shows you it affixed to his belt or his garters or whatever he was wearing. So that is kind of where purses started, or receptacles for carrying things. So yeah, the bag was predominantly a men's item back in the beginning. And women, well, we'll leave the women for the next installment. Let me just, yeah, they talk about here about the Bible. They talk about Judas of Iscariot having silver pieces in a small purse. And I guess the African priests, the master of ceremonies, used to carry these kinds of things as well. So I guess basically what that's saying is across the board, historically, there were uses for this type of item. So that's kind of our first little look into where the bag all started. And I will organize myself a little better each day as we go, because there's a lot of information here and I've got it replicated in a couple of different places. So I just want to make sure that we're getting the best use of the information. So the next installment, well, it's kind of 14th century, and they're talking about drawstring bags attached to the girdle to carry seeds or money. So this is what we're talking about. And I mean, again, these are not 14th century. These are designers who have just copied, an old school ancient design, and they're out there to purchase now. And again, this one again is Karen Gunna, Toronto, Canada designer. And I really don't know where this one is from. Nope, there's no distinguishing. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. There is something here, but I can't see it because these glasses are crap. Where's a better pair of glasses? Oh, shoot. I don't have any here. Oh, but, yeah, that's definitely got, you know what? I'll look at it and I'll tell you, tomorrow. So that's it for today, folks. Boxing Day, maybe you're celebrating with the other side of the family today, or maybe you've decided not to bother because Ontario had over 10,000 cases of COVID reported today. So you know what? They're talking about it's not droplets anymore. It's vapor, airborne. So your masks are literally not going to be a major barrier of defense for this particular type of COVID. But they are talking about the fact that it could be the means to the end, because each time this virus mutates, it dilutes, which is kind of in keeping with the Omicron strain, because it really is just, I guess what they're saying is as long as you're vaccinated, it's just a cold. A bad cold, admittedly, but it's just a cold. And they are saying that the antibodies from the Omicron strain are 1,000 times more effective than the booster. Just stuff I'm reading online, research papers that are being presented by Johns Hopkins and some, very reputable research establishments. But anyway, just talking points. I'm not not into this in any huge way other than, when you're a little bit run down yourself and you're not sure, maybe you have it, maybe you don't. And again, we talked about that. I can't get a test until my 10 days quarantine would be over anyway. So I've just volunteered to do that on my own. And, I haven't seen anybody, I haven't talked to anybody. So, that's the beginning, the end of that one. Leather Bag Lady weather report. The sun was coming out earlier. I must admit, if I'm stuck in the house, I'd rather it not be sunny because at least it feels that it's not so jail-like if I would be staying in the house anyway. But that's it. That's all. So I will leave you for today. The purse is listed already. and have a good one. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.